much. From the global outlook of international tourism and interconnecting and traveling, we get to a very crucial topic. We've all been now getting used to hearing about the applications of artificial intelligence in different sectors, be it finance, investments, real estate, and many, many more. However, a strong AI code of ethics can include many challenges, and some of the underlying layers that you're going to hear about with our next in our next fireside chat will focus on challenges requiring how to ensure privacy, the user's data, information, mitigating environmental risks. These are just some of the examples that we're going to be highlighting: AI and bias, privacy, and environment. To do that, please welcome our expert moderator again, David Schlesinger, who's the former global editor-in-chief of Reuters and former chairman of Thomson Reuters. Welcome back, David.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And it is now my great honor to introduce Dr. Zhang Hongjiang, who is one of the world's great experts in AI, the father of Chinese AI, and has had a tremendous career forging this new era. Please, have a seat. So you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. And we have touched a lot on artificial intelligence so far in the program. We'll hear more. It's no longer the future, it's the present. It's driving our cars, it's discovering our drugs, it's writing, in many cases, our speeches, newspapers. Perhaps I'm even an AI avatar. I may not be real. Is it too late to talk about AI ethics? Or have we missed the chance to put some rules around this? Or can we still take the chance to try to guide the way it develops in the future?
Well, AI has come a long way. If we trace back where we started, that's almost 70 years ago. But the last 15 years, we have seen a wave of development, especially the last 5 years, ever since Google invented Transformer, and OpenAI followed on and take the algorithm, take the architecture of neural net, and build on GPT-1, GPT-2, GPT-3, and then last year, boom, they come out with ChatGPT, and behind it was the GPT model 3.5. Then later on, they early this year released the GPT-4. So that's a remarkable progress. That's remarkable progress. But although there are many my colleagues in the research field start to worry about, is this the right time to regulate, to work on governance, to put an effort on AI ethics, or even, my friend Max, he actually put on a call to stop AI development for 6 months. But I would say it's not too late. It's still far away from the point that we cannot control AI system. Today, ChatGPT or fundamental models have come to the point that can replace a lot of work that we human could do, and but still, it's not fully autonomous yet. It will be years before we reach that point. It could be 5 years, could be 10 years. I think another aspect we should look at into this problem is, it will not be suddenly one day. It's uncontrollable. It will be a gradual progress. So, but I also want to say today, it is time we start working on it.
Okay, but if it's time, my question is, who gets to set the rules? When I look around now and I think about all the different internets that exist, there's an internet under US rules. There's an internet under EU GDPR rules. There's an internet under China rules with the Great Firewall of China. There's an internet here that's also regulated in a different way here in Dubai. So that's an internet where you're pulling down information, so perhaps it does make sense to have country regulation. But AI is different. That's pushing. Can we possibly have 5, 6, 7, 8 different rules regimes or ethics regimes, or must we come together in some way for a global vision of AI ethics?
Well, the situation you described, a fragmented internet, a fragmented set of rules to regulate the technology, unfortunately, it is a fact. I don't think it will change anytime soon. But if we look at, let's say, nuclear control,
Yes.
we look at climate change, control, I think we still have hope. We still have hope. Well, you like it or not, AI is a universal technology. It will impact every aspect of our life. It will take control a lot of things, and it will get more and more sophisticated. And so it also the fact that just like a climate control, one country simply could not control it out by itself. It requires a international collaboration. We actually had this conversation back in early June in China in the BAI conference, where we have the founder and CEO of OpenAI. We have Hinton. We have a few other researchers who have been in the field for many years. We all agree on one thing. This is something that needs international collaboration. It's better to be sooner than later. Yeah. And in terms of technology application, you may be able to isolate it from the rest of the world, but in terms of technology itself, it's really hard. It's really hard. So, and also it's not productive. Yeah. It's not productive. One country cannot do it alone. It's not productive. It's we have to put together an effort, just like climate control, just like the nuclear weapon, negotiation, all those things, and before it's too late.
But again, there's the question of who does it. I still remember when Mark Zuckerberg was called before the US Congress when they were trying to regulate Facebook. It was clear that the senators had no comprehension, most of them, how the internet worked or even what Facebook was. So the idea that some of our representatives or politicians could understand AI deeply enough to come up with meaningful regulations is a bit unbelievable to me.
You brought up a great point here. Understand the technology, understand the internet itself is challenging for many politicians. But it seems to be that people and politicians, especially this time, understand the threat or the power of AI much faster than 30 years ago, 20 years ago, when they came to touch on internet. Also, I think the entrepreneurs and the scientists in the AI field has done a great job. And honestly, I think the U.S. Congress and U.S. government has done a good job in organizing panels, in organizing those hearings. I followed on the last couple of panels and hearings. I think they kind of get it, especially if you look at what Sam, CEO of OpenAI, was saying, what other industry leaders are saying, what scientists are telling the Congress. I think they got a very balanced view, and so I'm hopeful. Yeah. I'm hopeful. In China, where I spend most of my time, the government obviously understand two things for sure. Number one, this is the future, and not only is the future, it's also today.
Right.
And number two, we need to put together regulations. So we need to start study what we should do, what we need to do, without stopped technology advancement, but in the same time, make sure it's safe. I also see a European Union's effort in this front. I would say, at this moment, I haven't seen a clear sign that any of those government has come out of something that hurt the development of the AI yet.
So you mentioned Sam Altman. I read a very interesting interview that you did with him, where you were in my chair doing the interview.
Right.
And in that interview, he proposed an ethical certification of AI models. Is that something that, in that interview, you were asking the question, so you didn't give your opinion. So now I'd like to ask your opinion. Is that something that you would support, and if you think that is perhaps the way forward?
That's definitely one of the approaches we could consider, and get a certification. The problem is, who is going to issue this certification, right? That's number one. Number two is technically, can we actually do it? Can we come out with a comprehensive, thorough evaluation of our AI system? And also before that, we have to agree on a set of rules, what AI cannot do.
Right.
Just like 30 years, 50 years ago, when robot, the concept of robot first came out, we had these three basic rules, right? Robot number one, never hurting people.
Yeah, the Isaac Asimov.
Right? Number two, will never help others. Will help human to avoid being hurt. Number three, you can protect yourself, but without hurting people. So all those, we have to come out with those basic set of principles before we can say we start an initiation and a certification process.
So let me just interrupt. In your view, what are maybe the three key areas where AI ethics have to exist? What are the three key problems?
What are the three key problems?
Yeah, to solve any AI ethics, the most important things that any code should have.
Yeah, I think the three principles I just mentioned. The number one is still very valid. Yeah, that's AI system should never hurt human. That's number one, and we can come out with additional rules, but this is the most fundamental one, fundamental one, and the good news is there are groups. Very active groups in Europe, and there are very active groups in the U.S. Working on it. Actually, tomorrow I'm flying to Oxford, UK. There we have about 20 people. A closed-door 2-day discussion on AI ethics, on AI governance. This is basically a group of AI experts and AI governance, AI ethics. Expert. So we are working hard on that. But one thing I do want to share my point of view of here is, the media has created so much fear on AI, and I think when the AI start to really get into our work and our life, I think the first thing we should worry, not AI is going to kill people or anything close to that, but really on the aspect, what kind of job that AI is going to replace, and how do we retrain those people? This is a much tougher situation than before. Ever since the Industrial Revolution, there's so many waves of technology. Every time a new wave of technology came in, and it will increase our productivity. Then more and more technology will replace humans in workplace, or reduce a number of employees in a workplace. But then we got those people who got replaced and retrained, and they create more and more new jobs. But that's not necessarily the situation on AI is going to bring. And once AI eliminated some jobs, let's say proofreading.
Right.
We often have people proofreading our draft, and doing meeting summary. Those jobs will be gone forever.
Yes.
So
But they can do other things.
hopefully they can do other things, but
But
the worry is in the future AI could actually do more things and do the other things we would like to train our people to do, but AI can do it better.
yes.
So what I'm saying is that ultimately those jobs get eliminated, and another way to say it, that AI may eliminate more jobs than we can retrain people to fill.
Yes. So then what happens with the economy and how
What happened
and-
with
and-
the
and how-
economy?
How do we deal with
How do
that?
we deal with?
Yeah,
How do we
yeah.
deal with the polarization of income? How do we deal with the productivity polarization?
Yes.
And so you go, you have this. You could create a much bigger gap in terms of productivity. Those advanced economy with AI, and those underdeveloped economy without AI.
I think you raise an excellent point because that's an actual real problem that has to be thought about.
Right.
But you're right that there's been a lot of fear around AI, probably because of the term itself. When people hear the word intelligence, they assume that means a human intelligence, whereas AI actually is not that. AI is statistical, AI is computational, AI is probability, but it is not actual a creative intelligence that, so a lot of the creative jobs may remain, but will they be valued in the same way? I suppose that's an interesting question.
Well, unfortunately, the generative AI system we are dealing with today, and that's what the ChatGPT, what behind ChatGPT is the generative AI does show some creativity.
Yeah.
It can write good articles.
Yes, absolutely.
It can draw good paintings. And although it's never, if you ask artists, it's never authentic enough. But it could eliminate much of the basic stuff in this space.
I think it raises a question that we all have to confront, which is, what is good enough for most jobs, and when do you need something more?
So I think what we will face is that the most creative group will still be there,
Right.
and those working on assisting those most creative people, those jobs will be replaced by machines. Those jobs will be replaced by machines. But if you look at from another angle, if you think about an aging society like China or Japan, it's hard to find laborers
Yes.
to in the elderly care to take care of the aging population. There, in the future, I would say in 5 to 10 years, you will see autonomous robot that help you in housework, that help you in nursing elder homes.
That's necessary and
Yeah,
very
and
positive.
that actually will help economy.
I mean, I agree with the positive view that you have of it. I think my concern today is that AI models still have a lot of hallucinations. That they look very plausible, it looks wonderful and complete, but in fact, it's factually in error. How long will it take to get away from this hallucination problem?
Well, that's a hallucination. Unfortunately, is a side effect that come with emerging capability that this fundamental model has. This is large language model has. But I also want to point out, hallucination is the nature of human.
True.
And people get fascinated by ChatGPT, really because sometimes it's hallucination amazes people.
Yes.
It's like you are telling a fake story.
Right.
So that actually is something we feel you would never reduce it to zero, because human ourselves, we have hallucination, average about 5%,
Right.
5% of the time. And also remember, humans with language are the only species who can tell fake stories.
True.
But you're right. Hallucination is a critical issue that preventing AI application in critical situations like in finance, like in defense, in those kind of situations, because where you need to do a precise decision. The solution to this problem will be most comprehensive and larger scale alignment.
Right.
Actually, I was reading a article this morning, and this is a effort that carried on by multiple institutions. How do we train AI to do better alignment? To do better, human, because the scale of alignment of those models to prevent hallucination, the scale of work is beyond humans' capability. Right. So we basically have AI to do
regulate
that.
AI.
Exactly. So basically, we will train AI models to model AI's training process.
Fantastic. Absolutely fascinating. I think we can all be very pleased that we have someone with your human intelligence thinking about the world of artificial intelligence. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much. I want to say the future is still very bright.
Great. Wonderful. Thank you.